Hi, it's been a little bit of a while since I've actually shown you the plants that I was growing and how they're coming along, and this is what they look like at the moment. And then we have these mixed plants, like these sort of lettuce related plants, and these are the oriental greens as they're called. They're doing very well, although they do have a few they've had a few attacks from different things. There you can see that yellow stuff there. That's actually eggs from the large white butterfly. Here's more, look at that. And actually they're not just eggs. You can see there's a caterpillar there. That's actually the small white caterpillar, which is all green. More eggs here. And every batch of eggs is a different butterfly. They won't be the same because most butterflies will just lay their eggs on one. These are large white butterflies, and they're trying to lay their eggs on the oriental greens, and they're doing a good job of doing it too. In fact, look at this one, she's really getting in there. They're big butterflies, as you can see, not easily disturbed. I think if I pull up a leaf of this, I'll probably find caterpillars everywhere. Look at all the eggs, incredible, they're everywhere. And here she's back again, and I'm here and she doesn't care. She's just intent. That's why these species are considered pests. This is a large white. This here is actually a small white. They're very similar, but the large white's a lot bigger. Look at that. Doesn't mind me being here at all. And so this is what you're up against. You nearly want to scrape off every leaf, but I've let it sort of, look, she's gone all the way down there now. She's laying her eggs everywhere. I've kind of let it get out of hand. But anyway, what you need to do is look out for these things. Now there will be parasitic wasps that attack them, but the wasps will let the caterpillars grow for a bit. What you need to do then is like just tear off the strip with the eggs on it. Unless you want to grow caterpillars, which is totally up to yourself. You can see there's quite a few holes in these leaves. I suspect there's caterpillars here. Oh, look at this, there's a bunch of little caterpillars, and those are large white caterpillars. They're kind of furry. They look a little bit like the seats on the Dublin bus, the same sort of textile. And the small white caterpillar is solid green. They get greener as they get older, and they're harder to spot. There, look at, there's a small white caterpillar. You can actually barely see it, but there, see where my finger is? That's a small white, and there's some large whites. So that's what you're up against. Those are the pests. And now that it's lovely and sunny and the rain stopped, there's going to be a lot more of those butterflies. Large white butterflies and small whites are very similar as adults. Caterpillars are completely different looking, but either one is going to be a pest. There are other white butterflies like the green veined white, but they won't really bother with your plants, and they're usually more common. But at this time of the year, lots and lots of large whites and small white butterflies, all of which are major garden pests. Although if you like butterflies, you won't care. This is a very famous wasp. I think it's Amblytales armatorius, and it famously preys on large white caterpillars. And I was just watering. This plant has had it, and there's caterpillars all over it, but I've just poured some water in here to keep. Some of these plants are actually resistant to the caterpillars. And that wasp appeared, it emerged out of it. So you can see there's caterpillars climbing the wall here everywhere. Very dramatic. Now the reason that this kind of was let go to seed, even though you can still eat these leaves, is just that I ate them during the summer, and then the weather got kind of bad and I stopped eating salads with these on it. Carrots here are doing fine, but some of the large white butterflies have actually attacked the carrots out of desperation because there's nothing else around. So So there's small white caterpillars as well. In fact, there's a very small false widow eating a small white caterpillar. There's not as many small whites, but then again, there's a good bit, but they're not quite as they don't have those patterns like this here, the large white. Here's another one. And look at these poor plants. There's never been a year like it for large white caterpillars. I mean, look at the devastation they've wreaked. They've taken the leaves off everything. They're everywhere. Absolute devastation. And that sinister looking wasp is about all that stands in the way of these monsters. We've had an exceptional year for the large white butterfly, and the small whites are pretty good too, but the large whites absolutely through the roof. They are everywhere in the city, in Dublin, and everywhere there's anything like nasturtiums, anything they can eat, they are around.